Next move, her two personal assistants just acquitted in court, claiming they had approval to rack up $1 million in spending just to keep quiet about Lawson's alleged drug abuse.
So all eyes on Nigella now as she goes into full-on damage control. ABC's Lama Hassan has been following this case since day one.
It was a dramatic end to a dramatic trial. A trial that was meant to be about fraud, instead unraveling a slew of secrets.
My no-churn one-step coffee ice cream.
TV cook Nigella Lawson and ex-husband multimillionaire Charles Saatchi had taken their former assistants, Francesca and Elisabetta Grillo, to court, accusing them of swindling more than $1 million of their money. The prosecution arguing they spent that money without permission and were guilty of, quote, a greedy and fraudulent free-for-all. Then came the allegations of drug use with an email written by Saatchi read out in court, calling her Nigella, saying, quote, you were so off your head on drugs that you allowed the sisters to spend whatever they liked. And yes, I believe every word they have said. Saatchi took the stand saying he'd never seen her take drugs, and that email was, quote, nasty. Nigella's explosive testimony followed, forcing her to admit she used cocaine 7 times during her life and, quote, smoked the odd joint. The sisters fought back, claiming it was more frequent.
This has been a long, hard fight, played out in the gaze of the world's media.
The sisters pleading not guilty, their defense saying it is inconceivable Nigella did not know about their spending. It all came down to the assistants' word against their former bosses, and the jury believed the sisters. Issuing a scathing statement, Nigella hit back, saying, quote, I am disappointed but unsurprised by this verdict, adding, the jury was faced with a ridiculous sideshow of false allegations about drug use, which made focus on the actual criminal trial impossible. So will the cook who brought us these delicious dishes be forced to throw in the towel?
The good news for Nigella is that this trial happened in England and not the U.S. And I think she'll be able to come to the U.S. and quote-unquote start fresh.
Nigella will be back on our TV screens hosting ABC's The Taste in January. For Good Morning America, Lama Hassan, ABC News, London.
I think the good news for Nigella is just this trial's over now.
Yes, and I keep thinking Martha Stewart bounced back, so I think Nigella's probably going to be fine.